cause you to freeze. But aces and deuces make winning a breeze. On Card Sharks. And now, here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. I thank you and welcome to Card Sharks. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you with us at home. Thank you. And for the opening poem, I want to thank Francis Hacker of Pebbly, Montana. Thank you, Francis, for sending in the opening poem. Watching on KSDK Channel 5. Now let's open the board and get to those cards. Go ahead. Janice and Melinda will open the cards and we'll meet our Card Sharks. Marshall Wolf, our champion. Hi, Marshall. Nice to see you. Again, a little reminder about you.
My name is Marshall Wolf. I'm from Lawrence, Kansas. I'm on my way to Minot, North Dakota. I'm an elementary school teacher, and I enjoy the theater and reading and children's storytelling.
Now, we found out that you are moving because your husband's in the service. He's been transferred,
Yes.
right? What rank is he in the service?
He's a second lieutenant.
Second lieutenants don't make a lot of money,
No,
right?
they don't.
But you've kind of helped out a little bit. Hope you're with us on the last show, because in one show, Marcia won $7,350 in cash.
Thank you very much.
That'll help the family coffers. Our challenger is Gail Marr. Hi, Gail. Nice to see you again.
Nice to be back.
And again, a little reminder about Gail.
Yes, I'm Gail Marr, born in Los Angeles. I've traveled for a few years and went to over 14 different countries. I'm back here working as a freelance artist, trying to make it in the field of graphic arts.
Oh, that sounds nice. And why did you travel so much? Was it just for fun?
My
or
father was in the military. He's a retired colonel right now, but at the time when I was born, he was just starting out, and so we traveled for
14 countries.
Yes.
See what you have to look forward to, Marcia?
I guess so.
Good luck to both of you. You cut the cards at the beginning of the match, yes?
Yes.
All right. We will pick up where we left off. We play the best 2 out of 3, and as we left off, Marcia, the champion, won game number 1. And looking at the board, Marcia has moved over now with an 8 as her base card. She needs 3 cards in game 2. Gail has yet to uncover a card as we pick up with question 2. It goes to you, Gail. Okay. Gail, we asked 100 men. Very simply, is your boss a grouch? How many men said their boss is a grouch?
Oh, well, of course, that's why they come home and lay all the problems on the girls. So I think that's going to be a high number. It's going to be 48.
48 out of 100 said their boss is a grouch, Marcia. Higher or lower?
Pretty much even of the road, middle of the road. I think most men like their bosses. I don't think that they're grouchy all that much, but so I'm going to have to go just a little bit lower.
A little lower. If it's lower, you'll play your cards. If not, Gail plays hers. And if you can hit it right on the head, it's a $500 bonus. The actual number of men who said their boss is a grouch is 20. It's lower. Marcia's right. And Marcia, we left off with an 8 as your base card. You win the question. You can change it. A good change with a king. Lower than a king. 5.
Higher.
Lifting it higher. A 10. Now we move over the freeze bar, and as we protect that position for Marcia, she needs 1 card for another crack at the money cards. Marcia, we asked 100 marriage counselors. Generally speaking, when a woman is in the arms of her husband, if she fantasizes about another man, is it a sign that her marriage is in trouble? How many marriage counselors said yes, if she fantasizes about another man while in the arms of her husband, her marriage is in trouble?
I think if that's true, then a lot of marriages are going to be in trouble. Because I think everyone knows that it's normal to fantasize, and you don't fantasize about the person you're with. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a fantasy. So I think, now, say it for me one time.
Yeah. How many marriage counselors said if she fantasizes about another man, the marriage is in trouble?
That's going to be a low number. I'm going to say 15.
15 out of 100 marriage counselors said that.
That's kind of a low number. I think that the key here is in trouble. Well, if they fantasize, maybe their marriage is not in trouble, but maybe their love life is. But I'd have to go a little higher. 15 is a low number.
The two could go hand in hand, very possibly. But you say higher.
Yes, higher.
The actual number of marriage counselors who said if a woman fantasizes about another man while she is in the arms of her husband, her marriage is in trouble, is 10. It is not higher. It is even lower. Marcia, you're probably exactly right. You don't fantasize about the person you're with.
The card,
Big change for Marcia, who needs 1 card for the championship. A queen.
Oh, okay, I gotta go lower.
Is it lower? Yes! Marcia wins the championship. She kept getting control, and she won it all. Gail, we have to say goodbye. We thank you for joining us. And good luck with your graphic art.
Thank you.
Gail Marr. Thank you, Gail. Marcia Wolf, come on down here with me. And again, our congratulations, as you've added another $200. You kept the money cards, I hope?
Yes.
All right, then we are going to get right to it right now. As soon as everything stops there, we are going to get Marcia and the money cards. So come on over. Let's get to them. Here we go. Marshall, as you step up there. Those cards which you card are waiting, they're going to give you $200 in new money and 3 cards to bet as you will. Up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Minimum bet's $50 until you get to the top card, the big bet where you must risk at least half the money. Remember, if you get a double, we just carry it over, you don't lose on it.
Okay.
Here's $200. Let's see if we can keep up your winning ways, and of course you can change the base card on each level if you need to. Thank you, Melinda. She starts with an
Oh,
eight.
I'd like to change that,
Well,
please.
I can't say as I blame you with the worst card in the deck right up the middle.
Oh,
A 4
great.
is much better.
I'm going to say all of it higher.
All of it?
All of it.
$200. Higher than a 4. Yes, with a 5.
Okay.
You're up to $400.
$100 higher.
And $100 higher than the 5. Right again with a 10 for $500.
$50 lower.
Minimum bet, $50 lower. No, not that time. But with $450, we move up the jack and give you the other $200. You have $650. Do you want that
Okay.
jack?
I'm going to still keep the jack, and I'm going to say $200 lower.
$200. Lower than a jack. Yes,
Oh,
with another
great.
4.
Okay, I'm going to say $400 higher.
$400. Higher than a 4. Yes, with another jack. You're in the middle, but you're doing very well. 2 cards to go with $1250.
I'm going to say $250 lower.
$250 lower than a jack. No. But $1,000 as we move up the queen. First big decision, do you want the queen?
Yes, I'm going to keep the queen. I'm going to keep the queen, and I'm going to say $800 lower.
All right, we haven't seen any kings or aces, but let's see a lower card now. $800 lower than a queen. Yes! And the third jack pays off big for $1,800. 200 in the game. That's $2,000 for one game. Very nicely done. Marcia Wolf, $9,250. We'll be back with a new challenger right after this. Two brand new decks of cards. We'll meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Michael Anderson. Hi, Michael. Nice to be here. I'm fine. Won't you tell us about you?
Jim, my name is Michael Anderson. I come from Loma Linda, California. I'm a former high school teacher and a recent law school graduate waiting for bar results.
Oh, that's got to be nerve-wracking. When are you going to
Very.
find out? How'd you feel about the test?
It's tough. The passing rate usually runs around about 30%, so it's a tough exam.
Feel-
18 hours of trauma.
Feel pretty confident about it?
I'm hoping.
All right. Good luck here. You cut your cards?
Yes, I did.
Here we go. Starting the best 2 out of 3 with a question to Marcia. Marcia, we asked 100 bachelors. Have you ever tried to get rid of a date who was a real dud by telling her, listen to this, by telling her you respected her too much to ask her to spend the night with you? How many bachelors have used that line to get rid of a date?
I think that's a really good line to use, but I don't think that happens very often. I'm just going to say that's pre-low number, about 35.
35 out of 100 bachelors have said, I respect you too much, Michael.
Well, I'm a bachelor myself, and I think that usually he's going to get rid of her a long time before that actually comes up. And I don't think he's going to use that as an excuse. So I think the lower number is going to be lower.
Even lower than that? The actual number of bachelors who have used that line to get rid of a date is 28. You're
All right.
It is lower. So Michael starts off the match with an 8.
Oh, I love it. Lower.
Lower than the ace, a king.
I love it. Lower.
Lower than a king, a 4.
Higher.
Higher than the 4.
No.
Oh, and it looked like Michael was rolling. Marcia, free chance, and a 2.
Okay, higher.
Higher than a 2, a 10. Oh, we turned over some good cards there. Didn't work out for Michael, however.
Oh, hurt.
Michael, the Arlington, Virginia Police Department spent almost $1,200 for a jazzy radio jingle that goes, "We care, we're the Arlington Police, and we're there 'cause we care." That's what they did. So we asked 100 people, would you approve of your police department spending $1,200 on a jingle to improve its public relations? How many people would approve of their police department spending money to create a jingle?
Well, I think that a lot of police departments, I think that people want to see their police departments doing well. I think many times they've had a bad rap. But I do believe that people are very conscious today about government spending, and they're going to want to cut that down as much as possible. And they want them out chasing crooks, not making jingles. So it's going to be a low number. I'd say about 20.
20 out of 100 would approve of money being spent that way.
Along with the same reasoning, I think that everybody is having trouble making ends meet these days, and that isn't going to set well to use our money that way. So I'm going to say it's even lower.
Even lower than that. Well, it is interesting. They spent $1,200 for We Care. We're the Arlington Police, and we're there because we care. I do know that our beautiful downtown Burbank police spent $12 on a jingle. I've been hearing it on the radio. It is terrific. Our crime rate is at a lull, maybe because our town's so dull. 20 and lower. The actual number of people who would approve of their police department spending $1,200 to create a jingle is 42. I think maybe the idea of community relations went into that, and it worked out for Michael. He's
Well, we've
looking
got
at
a
an
great
ace.
card. Let's go lower.
Lower than the ace, a 4.
Let's go higher.
Higher than a 4, a jack.
Tough card. Tough card. I'm going to freeze.
He's going to freeze on that jack. The audience didn't like that decision, but Michael's got to make the decision. Was it a good one? We'll find out after this. Mike's got his rooters out there saying, come on, Mike. That's nice. And here's the way we stand. Marcia needs 3 cards. Mike needs 2 in the middle of game 1, picking up with question 3 to Marcia. Marcia, many people have criticized the TV networks for declaring a winner in the presidential elections before the polls closed in much of the country. So we asked 100 people, would you favor a law that said election results could not be made public until the whole country was finished voting? How many people would favor a law that said election results could not be announced until all the polls are closed?
I think that's going to be a real high number because election night only comes around once every 4 years, right? And it's a big event for a lot of people, parties, and some people
Especially
make
the candidates.
Well, yes, especially them. But it's no fun by the time 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It spoils your party if you already know. So I think people are going to be in favor of that. I think that it's going to be a high number, about 82.
82 of the 100 are in favor of a law that would have to hold back until all the polls are closed.
She's really boxed me in on that because I do believe it's going to be a high number. However, though, as I read, I'm very involved with politics and so on and read about it all the time. I still believe that it's going to be very difficult to do something like that because the news service, freedom of the press, and these things are going to really squawk to try and limit their predictions. So I think that's a little high. I'm going to have to go lower.
Have to go a little lower. Of course, yeah, it just occurred to me, the idea if you said it with as a law, what time do the polls close in Hawaii? It'd be about 7 o'clock in the morning before they'd find out back east. Interesting, 82 and lower. The actual number of people who would favor a law that said election results could not be publicized until all polls are closed is 78, just a little lower. Wow, you both were very close. Michael, you got a jack.
I'll keep the jack. Let's go lower.
Playing it lower? Yes, a 10.
I'm going to freeze.
Not going to take a chance. Well, it might be a good freeze because it sets up sudden death where Michael needs only 1 card while Marcia needs 3. Question to you, Michael. Michael, we found 100 single women who are dating a married man. And we asked them, have you ever called your married boyfriend at home and disguised your voice when his wife answered? How many single women have called their married boyfriend at home and disguised their voice when his wife answered?
Well, we're talking here about single women who are actually going with married men, and I think that times may come up when they need to get in touch with them, and the situation may be very, very touchy at home. I think that's going to be a very high number because they aren't going to want to tip off what's been going extracurricular activities. So I think it's going to be a high number, and I will say 68.
68 out of 100, Marcia.
I agree that sometimes you need to get in touch, okay? You might need to get in touch with this married man, but that could cause a lot of problems between the two of you because, boy, that's a no-no calling it home. So I'm going to say it's lower.
Lower than that. I've got to tell you, I know that Johnny Olson had a girl call him like that one time, and his wife was listening in on the other phone, and she said, is the coast clear? But Johnny was very cool. He said, I'm sorry, this is not the Coast Guard, and gave him the other number, and got out. 68 and low. The actual number of women who have called their married boyfriend at home and disguised their voice when his wife answered is 16, very much lower. Marcia's right. Marcia, you've got control in sudden death, but you have a bit of a problem. You need 3 cards while Michael needs 1. Play or pass?
I'm going to fall on my own if I fall, so I'm going to change it and do it myself.
All right, once you change this, you need all 3 cards for the game. Starting with a 9.
No.
Right near the
Okay.
middle.
Lower.
Lower than a 9. A 2.
Higher.
Higher than a 2. A 3.
Higher.
For the game, yes. they freeze? Should they play it? A well-played game, and we're about to start game 2. Before we do, I must tell you, we've got a nice group here with us. Group of students from Hoover High School in Glendale, California, right? I take it some rivals are also here. Don't be unkind to your rivals. Be friendly rivals. Let's start game 2. Marcia, we asked 100 people, have you ever bought something on credit but had it break before you finished the payments? How many people said that's happened to them?
Oh, I think that's going to be a really high number. Most of us have to buy everything we need anymore on credit, and it doesn't always last. Yeah, sometimes it gets that bad. So I'm going to say that's going to be really pretty high, like 72.
72 out of 100 have bought something on credit, and it broke before they finished paying for it.
Well, 72 is a pretty high number, and I agree with her logic. However, though, there are some things that you pay off, whether it's furniture and so on, and some things don't tend to break down as much as other things. And I would say it's probably going to be a lower number.
A little lower. It's got to be a depressing thought to have to continue paying for something you can't use anymore. The actual number of people who have had something break before they finished making the payments is 41. You're right, Michael. It is lower. Michael needs this game, and he starts off with a jack.
Jack, let's go lower.
Paying it lower. A 4.
Let's go higher.
Higher than a 4. A queen.
Let's go lower.
Lower than a queen. A 9.
Let's freeze.
Michael moves way across the board. Needs one card to tie things up. Michael, we asked 100 married men. If an eccentric millionaire offered you $1 million if your wife would bear his child, and she agreed, would you be willing to let her do it? How many men would let their wife bear another man's child for $1 million?
For $1 million. Well, the men are making this choice, right? I'm not so sure how
and
many...
the woman has agreed.
And the woman has agreed.
Yes, and she agreed.
The wife has agreed.
The wife has agreed.
Boy, that's a real difficult question. I would say that may be a high number from the standpoint that $1 million is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, on the other hand...
Michael's having problems with this one, isn't he?
with this one, right? I'll have to go right somewhere in the middle. I'll say 52.
52 out of 100.
Oh, great. I'm going to have to go lower because I think that most men still have that macho or whatever it is that they want their wives to themselves, and that would hurt their ego. So I'm going to go lower.
Could also be decency. I mean, that may also be.
Could.
I was thinking about it with $1 million. The only thing that came to mind was an old punchline to a story about we've established a profession. Now we're just arguing price. Isn't that 52 and lower. The actual number of men who would let their wife bear another man's child is 24. You're right, Marcia. It is lower. Marcia needs catching up with a 5.
I'd like to change it, please.
And the 5 becomes an ace. Great change. Lower than the ace.
No.
Another ace. Michael, a big break for you. A free chance to call up the 9 for the game.
Lower.
Is it lower to tie things up? Yes.
Yes.
With an 8, Michael ties it up. Each player with one game, and we'll be right back.
It took Jeopardy! 75 shows to knock this champion out.
Who are you looking at?
Now it's your chance to do it with one shot.
You got nothing.
GSN Live presents Stump the Master with Ken Jennings.
That's me, baby.
Go to gsn.com/stumpthemaster and submit your trivia question.
Take your shot.
If you stump the master, you can win $1,000 or more.
You can't stump the master.
Play Stump the Master on GSN Live. Fridays at 5 Eastern, 4 Central, only on GSN.
Bring it on.